You guys will have to forgive me, I was having some difficulties with my camera, which I think we're all set now. Already started plowing this. What I already mentioned earlier in this video was that it snowed about 4 inches. I mean, this is really the first snow that's actually worth plowing, but we got about 4 inches, and that transitioned to kind of like a freezing rain, and then to regular rain. Probably compacted it down to an icy 3 inches, so I'm just cleaning everything up now. I was plowing with the town for about 14 hours. I think it started probably around, I want to say 10 a.m., something like that, and we finished around midnight. No, we finished more like 2. I don't know, what's that bring us to? It's more like 14 hours, isn't it? So between plowing for the town and then trying to do driveways on my own, you know, it's a lot. Quite tired, really should be at home sleeping right now, but I don't know. People say I'm young, full of energy. Me, I'm exhausted. I'm just trying to make some money. All part of the game. Everything's coming up pretty easy right now. Not really compacted into the driveway. Typically the name for that is called hard pack, and hard pack sucks. So I mean, the technique I'm using right now is pretty standard. Just cleaning off a large area, angle the plow to the left or right, whichever way you want to throw the snow, drop it. The downfall to having a Western HTS is it's not that wide. It's only 7.5 feet wide, so when you start getting these big windrows, you can only use about half the plow. People have told me, oh, you should get wings for that plow, weld some on there. I don't know. If I was doing some big lots all the time, yes, I'd probably go with, I don't know, trying to do some type of wings. But for me right now, I don't know. I don't think I really need wings. And a lot of the roads around here are somewhat tight, so I mean, if I added another foot in width, of course it wouldn't be the end of the world, but it just makes it more difficult to navigate the plow. And additionally, some of my driveways I do used to be really tight. I've kind of escaped from those really difficult, tight driveways, and having wings, I don't know if that'd be more beneficial or more non-beneficial. I don't know. But another thing I wanted to mention upon, this guy's very particular about his grass. He doesn't want his grass damaged, so when I come to what I believe the start of the grass, I lift up the plow a little bit, not all the way, just so that I build some separation between the cutting edge and the ground, and that way I never really dig up the grass, and that way I can also push the snow forward and away from the edge of the driveway, which in winters where you have a lot of back-to-back storms and, you know, Mother Nature doesn't really allow for you to, or doesn't really allow for the snow to melt, you want to push back that snow. You want to give yourself some space to put more, or pile more snow in the future. I remember a couple winters ago, we had really good winter. I call it a good winter, some people call it a bad winter. It just depends if you like snow, but it was just back-to-back storms, and I mean, there were some big storms, a couple 6-inchers, about a footer, and I literally ran out of places to pile the snow. And I remember this one house, I may have an old video on it, but it was basically, this guy had like 3 garage door bays, and I ended up basically piling so much snow that he could only use 2 of the 3, which of course, before I made that determination, I spoke with him and addressed the problem. And he basically said, oh, you know, do what you gotta do. I'm just make sure I keep the cars that I use in these bays right here. And if you do have a compact tractor or something like that, I mean, you can offer services like that and potentially make extra money there, so. Just some ideas for you. I know when it comes to commercial accounts, that's definitely a good way to make extra money. I know some guys are probably going to complain, oh, why is it taking you 5-6 passes to clean in front of this garage here? Well, I didn't want to get too close right away. I wanted to get some of the snow out of there. I'd rather have some space in between myself and the garage rather than plowing right into the garage and damaging it. There's always somebody that likes to cry and complain on YouTube, which I just kind of ignore it. Some of the comments, honestly, I find kind of comical. I get a good chuckle out of them. If you want to do YouTube videos, you gotta have thick skin. No doubts about that. Also, for all the bad people, or people that make negative comments, there's probably 2 people. 2-to-1 ratio. As of late, not that it really pertains to snow plowing, but I've been blocking quite a few people. So I don't really enjoy negativity. I don't think anybody enjoys negativity. Alright. Sometimes if you're not sure where an obstacle is, don't be afraid to back up. See, I wasn't exactly sure where that brick wall was, and I know there's a step by that gutter there, so just backed up, figured out where I was, and we'll proceed from here. I have my front LED light bar on right now, and that's mounted on the roof, and it's shining right at this house, but I believe the front of the house is the kitchen, so if it was the bedroom or something like that, I'd feel kind of bad. But you know what, on the flip side of that, this light bar is providing me additional visibility, which in turn allows me to do a better job, and I haven't had a complaint yet, so I'm just gonna keep doing what I do. That's it. I think I've said it multiple times. The worst thing about filming and plowing is that I can't listen to music because YouTube doesn't allow it. It'll demonetize your videos, put marks against your channel for having copyright music without the artist's permission, so it's just not even worth it. I suppose I could put earbuds in my ear, but it's one of my pet peeves, actually. People who drive and have earbuds in their ears. Especially, I see a lot of bus drivers that do that, and that just drives me mental, because when you put earbuds in your ear, you know, you lose a lot of the ability to hear what's going on in your surroundings. And school bus drivers, of all people, should be the most alert, most aware of their surroundings, and seeing them with earbuds in their ears just really pisses me off. There's been, not to be a tattletale, but I've complained to the bus companies multiple times on issues that I've seen with their drivers, whether it be speeding, reckless driving. I may have an old video of a school bus going over a double yellow line, because I remember taking that video and I remember emailing that directly to the bus company, and I never got a response for that. I think there really should be better screening when it comes to bus drivers, their driving capabilities. I mean, think about it. People are entrusted with the lives of, what, up to 60 or 70 children. The bus is fully loaded. That's a huge responsibility, and people to have earbuds in their ears and not listening to their surroundings. unacceptable. No doubt about that. It's funny what kinds of conversations I can come up with when extremely tired. But I will say I think my plow game's on point for the moment, knock on wood. Don't get cocky when shit goes wrong. Alright, here's an interesting situation. I have a little bit of snow in front of this walkway here. Now, I can try and backdrag it. You know what, I'll try and backdrag it just to see what happens, but I have a pretty good idea of what's going to happen. I'm going to drop the plow, and it's basically it's not going to carry the snow. It may carry a little bit of the snow, but really it's going to compact a good chunk of the snow into the ground, and it's going to make it kind of difficult to get up with a shovel. Which I don't know if you can see, that's exactly what happened a bit in the front there. I did get some of the snow out of there, I will say, but it's one of the reasons I really hate backdragging, especially when it comes to kind of heavy, wet snow. When I do find it acceptable to backdrag is when you have a very light powdery snow. So that way the plow goes all the way down and snow doesn't really compact as much. So, my 2 cents on backdragging. Avoid it when you can. Better tip, avoid any driveways that you have to backdrag in general. Save yourself a lot of headache. Around here. Now what's going to happen from here is everybody's going to move their cars tomorrow, come back again, clean up the parking area, that'll be that.